is around 75 grams of protein, under 450 calories. What an insane meal this is for the cut, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to lose some belly fat, so by that we have to eat food that is low in fat, low in calories, and preferably low in carbs. My dad and I had a discussion 2 days ago. I said, rice is pretty high in carbs, just like pasta. Then he said, no, rice is low in carbs. No, it ain't. It's high in calorie and high in carbs. But apparently they say, forums on the internet say, yeah, you can lose weight by eating chicken or rice every day. It's the most boring plain meal. But I wanted chicken today just before we start out my brand new workout. So I hope you guys are all doing well on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Cottage cheese. This is a cheap meal, bro. Honestly, insane macros on this one. I think I started eating this about like 2 months ago. You've got the light version, which is like 4 grams of total fat, 25 grams of carb, 25 grams of protein. The protein on these are insane. Better than protein bars. I've stopped eating protein bars as well. They're not good macros at all. 100 calories average, you only get 10 grams of protein in an average bar. That's not good. Now the rice is always an issue with me. I've always said it. I can't make this shit good whatsoever. It doesn't matter what I goddamn do with rice. It always becomes sticky. A sweet potato. Damn, it's good. When I had that salmon with the sweet potato, I fell in love with it. Damn, that's good. Holy shit. And I got water. I'm not kidding when I say I'm trying to cut, Whilst cutting, losing belly fat, obviously working out. So anyways, speaking about working out, I've actually been buying some other stuff. Need some vegetables. These are great, man. I'm going to be implementing healthy videos upcoming. So you're going to see a lot of green in the video. It's good. This is probably the most enjoyable meal because I don't really eat that crazy for lunch, Let's just tear it apart. That's how you cook chicken. Nothing pink, no. Oh man, it's buttered as well. The spices on these things, boy. Holy shit, it's so juicy and tender. Wow. I let them out the fridge for about a day. Come on now. Get some Indian herbs, Indian spices, and put them on the chicken and rub it in. And then butter them as last. You can do light butter, but honestly a little piece of butter is not going to destroy your entire macros or enjoy your meals as well, Don't go too insane with the calories and bullshit. That's fire. Probably the best piece of chicken I've had in a very long time. Because this piece was flat as it is. Like a lot of pieces of chicken, you have to cut them, hammer them, so you can get the surfaces even cooked. This one was done perfect, so kudos to the butcher who did that. The one thing I will always say, which I don't understand about food, why chicken is the most expensive. I think you pay about €10 for a kilo here. It's a lot of money. But then again, there's a shitload of protein. Oh man. Amazing. Anyways, besides that, right? What was I gonna say? Yeah, so something happened a few days ago. Lionel Messi signed to Inter Miami. That is fucking insane, dude. God damn, bro. He wanted to go to Barcelona, but he said in a statement that he didn't want to feel guilty of them having to sell players in order to afford him, you know. But you have to pay a certain amount of money for registration of a player. You can't just buy a player and then get him for free. No, it costs money as well. Which I can understand. It's very nice of him. But I was hoping that he'd go to Barcelona again. I don't even like Barcelona to begin with, but it's just like Ronaldo. It would be amazing if he could end his career at Real Madrid, but I don't think he will. Nice pint of water. You can never go wrong with that. So this is like sticky rice. It's fucking sticky. But I'm hoping I cooked it well this time. Nah, I cooked it like shit. See, this is the only food I cannot make. I can make you steak, tomahawk, but I cannot make rice for some reason. I feel like it's definitely a cultural thing. Like when it comes to like Asian foods, like Asians can probably cook this stuff the best. I just don't know how to. Like I always burn it or either stick it to the pan. No, it's just not enjoyable though, is it though? It fucking sucks, this rice. And no, I don't clean my rice, I don't believe in it. It's like cleaning your chicken, it don't make no sense. Why would you clean it and then cook it or deep fry it? I don't get it. But that's probably me. Well, before I get called out, we did that in a video a few weeks ago, my dad and I don't know, we just did it. We didn't really have a reason behind it, we just did it. The rice is crap. Yeah. Chicken is fine. And it's a big piece. Nice. So we don't have Bob Marley right now in the background. He's on the narcotics. I had to get something done just now. I don't know when exactly, to be honest. I don't know how I made it this time, so good. But this is legit the best chicken I've probably had in so long. So juicy. Amazing. Now the spices combined are really, really nice. I don't know about you, but like here's my thing, right? Like making chicken on a diet, it's very versatile. You know, you can make. Okay, this is the one thing before I even say about that. The one issue I have with this goddamn freaking country, when it comes to wraps, I like a chicken wrap. I like a taco. But god damn, man, wraps are so high in calories. Holy shit. A wrap that's 25 centimeters, right? Like a little pizza. Bro, 180 calories. This ridiculous. Just for the wrap alone, and that's excluding like the food you put on it. Because last night I had a wrap, a chicken wrap with barbecue sauce, light creme fraiche. It was like 350, 400 calories for a wrap. And I had some veggies on it as well. But yeah, I know in America it's like a very big thing with like keto food, organic food, like low calorie foods. And please name me a brand that I can buy here that's low calorie, low carbs for tortilla. I can't find one. Because you've only got like a certain amount of brands that make wraps in this country. You've got Tex-Mex, you've got Santa Maria, but they're very bad. Macros. Come on, Mo. See, I like with that. Okay, but enough about calories and all this bullshit. Let's just talk about something else. So, I was wondering, right? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so my kitchen is coming in a few days' time. So let me just see, what's the day today? Yeah, the 9th today. So like in a few upcoming days, it's gonna be arrived on the 15th, so like less than a week, right? The 19th are going to be assembling it. Meaning they're going to assemble it. Electronics. So the plumbing's been done just now. Electronic has been done. The reason why electronics had to be done is because of the fact that the voltage was too low. Meaning if I'd hook up my kitchen now, it would probably just fucking blow up. Or like, shit, what's the word called if electricity short circuit? I think that is what I mean. I'm not gonna eat this entire thing. I'm gonna be honest, man. I had a bit of a, like, my breakfast consists of cruisely, right? Or like muesli every morning, which is great in fiber, great in protein. Got a little bit of carbs, but that ain't a big issue. But like that shit makes you full for hours. Like a banana as well. I can eat a banana now. I don't have to eat for 3-4 hours because of fiber. Keeps you full longer. It makes you poop better as well, which is a bit strange of me to say. I know. That's the only downside about eating food that's got fiber. You poop a lot, which is not a bad thing necessarily. I actually wonder if I can give this to the horse. It's still good. I can't even lie. It's really not bad. Oh, Mau. I don't even know. She doesn't eat sweet potato. I wonder if she would eat rice. No, she won't eat rice. I don't think so. I'm gonna give her a piece of chicken. Come on, Mau. She's blind as a motherfucker. How could she not see this? Are you blind, my friend? No, she's got to be ignoring me giving her chicken. Now, there's no way. Psst. You gotta be goddamn kidding me. She's not even interested in the chicken. What a picky kitty. Sorry. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a boring video. I'm sorry. There's not much really to talk about today. Nothing very exciting. I mean, ooh, it's another video. Another background. This background is so chill, man. I love it. I gotta clean my room just now because we've got guests coming over just now. My family, as I mentioned in the last video. It's not that I hate them. Before you goddamn comment anything, it's just they're very they're happy people in a way of they like to make noise. You know, British people, they fucking love to goddamn drink and smoke and have fun. It's a cultural thing, I suppose. Just like us Dutch people, when we go to Marbella or Ibiza in Spain, we love tearing shit apart there. You know, being hooligans and stuff. Which I don't condone. Let me just tell you right now, I do not condone that. I'm actually quite full because I had a pretty nice, decent breakfast this morning. I can't even lie. But the taste is amazing. The reason I do butter and infuse it in the chicken, and it gives it a nice extra crust. Oh, there you go. She's eating it now, finally. Sun's in my eye, I can't really see much. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering how there's never wind in the microphone, let me show you something. I got a sock on the microphone. I know it's probably the weirdest design you've got. Well, it's actually quite a freaking normal thing. A lot of people don't want to spend money on a cap. Because a cap costs quite a lot of money, bro, depending on what model microphone you got. It works. It's the same. And if I do this now, shouldn't hear anything. I think. The neighbors got their horses out again. I don't know. They like once per 2-3 months. I guess their daughter or son. I don't know. I don't think they got a son. I think they got a daughter only. She drops the horses off here, and then sometimes I stay here for like a month, maybe longer. Because last time they were here for like 2 months. But they don't make noise. That's the thing. They're very chill. I mean, horses are pretty cool creatures. I gotta say, I fuck with them, man, heavily. I mean, a few months ago, I didn't like horses because I never, like I said before, right, my parents grew up on the farm. I never got them did. I never grew up on a farm, so you know, I never knew what it was like growing up with animals like that. I mean, yeah, the occasional, Mau. Come on, Mau. Yeah, she. What was that? Well, anyways, so like I said, I had the privilege of growing up with horses and shit like that, like sheep, not etc. Others as well. And I never really got that opportunity, so that's why this was a big dream for my mom and dad, because when they moved it to the Netherlands, oh man, When did they move here? 25 years ago? Nah, did they maybe? I think 1997 or something? Yeah, my parents, they moved here like a long time ago. And if you also wonder, like, super random, but this is an interesting fact. If you wonder if you ever been to the Netherlands, or you look at the Netherlands, people that live here, if you wonder, like, why are there so many Turkish Moroccans? Oh, that's you drinking. I thought it was peeing. In the 50s, 60s, well, in the 60s, 70s, right, we had a very big shortage of people in the Netherlands work-wise. We had a lot of jobs to offer, but we didn't have the amount of people to really fulfill the jobs, meaning that, let's say if you had 50,000 jobs available, you only maybe had 35,000 people that could work the job. So we had 15,000 remaining. We're like, shit, it's goddamn economy. Our economy wasn't doing that great, and we needed people to work the jobs there. A lot of job offers, everybody wanted them, but you had more jobs than people that were living here. So then in the 60s, they decided to open up the borders, and Turkish Moroccans came, Italian as well, Spanish. However, that's a very interesting thing. The Italians pretty much fucked off back to Italy after a few goddamn years. I don't know why. I think maybe different culture. Probably that. So that's why you got quite a lot of Moroccan and a lot of Turkish. Not many Spanish here or Italian, like I've said, because Spanish Italians were the first in the 60s, and then like 65, 70s, Moroccan and Turkish came. Though the initial idea was actually, that was the Dutch government's idea, was to let them stay here for a while, take the jobs. People liked it so much here because, you know, in the Netherlands, you could understand in those times, there was a lot of money for those, you know. In that country, they may not make a lot, but that money, you know what I mean? It's a lot of money here for them. So they decided to live here. It's got its ups and downs, I always say, you know. If you go to Rotterdam, because I lived in Rotterdam pretty much my whole entire life. You know, multicultural is very nice to a certain extent. Because the downside about having a place that's multicultural, different races, different ethnicities, different beliefs, is going to clash, unfortunately. You know what I mean? But don't always listen to the media, because there's more positive than negative behind the scenes. What they often don't portray or say in the media is how many people hang around with each other, regardless of race and ethnicity or background, whatever, right? A lot of people don't give a shit about that in Rotterdam. You know, I had Turkish friends, I had Moroccan friends, they were cool. Did I just say that twice? They were cool. I didn't care about the fact that they were Moroccan. I mean, what can they do about that? Just like me, what can I do about the fact that I'm Dutch? I can't do much about it. So yeah, it was definitely nice growing up in a multicultural place. The only downside I would say, because the Dutch is the dominant culture here, right? You've got dominant culture, which is the Dutch culture, is the me culture. And you've got the subculture, which is the secondary culture, which is under the dominant culture. So, yeah, it does clash, unfortunately, very often, which is unfortunate, because a lot of people in the dominant culture in this country have their beliefs of saying, you know, you'd be surprised how discriminating this country actually really is. A lot of people say, oh man, the Netherlands is such a great country. That's because you've only been shown what you've been shown, or that's only because you've seen what you want to see. But this country is just as racist and discriminating as any other country. Don't get it twisted. It's phenomenal going here as a not an immigrant, that's not the word I'm looking for, on vacation, like going to Amsterdam, but there's so much stuff they don't tell you about here, and the history as well. I find that so cool. The history of this country is quite bizarre, because when we were bombarded in the 45th, Rotterdam, 1945, Rotterdam got bombarded. I don't actually know if Amsterdam got bombarded. Pretty much the entire country got bombarded, but specifically Rotterdam. Why, I do not know. But the Second World War, we suffered, man. Like, we Dutch people really suffered. Yeah, and isn't it kind of bizarre that the Americans, Canadians, and the Russians helped in the Second World War, and now it's fucking Russia against everyone else? Like, isn't that, like, bizarre when you think about that? Like, damn, I don't want to be weird and all, but maybe it was Russia's plan all along, to befriend countries and then betray them, if that makes sense. Well, they didn't betray Ukraine. They claim that Ukraine is part of that, whatever. Yeah, I mean, we're nearly 2 years later, and you still hear about it daily in this country. You know, you only really hear on the news here about Ukraine, Russia, but then a lot of people, like me included, say, hey, that's all fucking fantastic that we speak about these countries the entire goddamn time. What about the Middle East? Are they not as important? Is it not relevant enough to portray or take action about, you know, the whole fucking hospital just got bombed? It's stuff like that you don't really hear anymore, or they just try to avoid it. it's a very controversial topic in the Netherlands. You know, they always keep speaking about European countries, this and that, but when it comes to like a country that is less fortunate or less spoken about, they're always very, very silent. NATO is I want to say it's a part of the devil, but it's not as what you think it is. Nothing's what you think it is in any country. That's my opinion. I do not want to get assassinated. Well, that's the one thing as well here in this country you don't have to really worry about. Unless you've made enemies in foreign countries and they know where you're located. That's a total different thing. But, for example, here, a lot of people are surprised that, you know, non-Dutch people, when they visit here and they ask people like, hey, what do you think about Mark Rutte? What do you think about them? We're very honest about it. A lot of people find him an asshole, Mark Rutte. And I'm going to be very honest. I do not know him personally. So I can't really say, yeah, I don't like him. I don't hate him as a person. I just don't like his actions. I don't like what he does with a lot of our money. I don't agree with what he does. I don't agree with what most of the politicians do in this country. I do not agree with the majority of what happens and what they say or do in this country. You know, that's what I say. But I don't hate any of them. It's not like I wake up and like, God damn it, this son of a bitch is still alive. Ugh. I'm just gonna live my life like it's normal every day. But yeah, it's always easier saying these type of things when you're not in that position and important role of taking care of a country. It's like being a president. Everyone has their opinion about a president, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, you have no clue what it's like having to take care of a country or fucking up a country in this case. I'm not going to name any examples because a lot of people have different opinions on Trump and Biden as well. You know, the one says, oh man, Trump, phenomenal. I want him back in 2024. Oh, Joe Biden, way better. I mean, I speak to a lot of you guys on Snapchat, right? And I frequently ask, like, hey, who would you like as president? And to my surprise, and this is why I say surprise, because you'd be surprised, a lot of Dutch people do not like America. I'm going to be very honest with you. They don't like the way America thinks and acts. That's not me saying that. That's what a lot of Dutch people think of America. You ask like 100 people in this country, what do you think of America? I can guarantee you 97%, 98% will speak negative about America. Will either say something about the former or current president, will say something either about the poverty or whatever in the country. But I really like America. Oh, there you go. That spirit, trying to show his dominance. I've been to America before, and I know what it's, well, I mean, what am I going to say? I don't want to be negative. You know what I mean? Like, I was going to say something before I said that. Most people don't like, in this country, Americans. And I think what the reason behind it is, I don't know, really, to be honest. I don't hate America. I've always said it. I got love for America. I think it's a very cool country. I've always said, and this is the thing, I wanted to live there as a kid back in the days. But now I've grown up and I've seen what America really is like, with the economy, the general stuff there, you know. I don't ever want to live there. Because I'd have to give up my citizenship as a European Dutch person, which is very important. And you're going to live in a country you don't even know anything about, really. That's a lot of things as well. People want to live to the Netherlands but have no clue what this country is actually about and what it does. So I always say, if you do want to go to a country, live in a country, go to the country a few times, visit it a few times for a while, and then decide if you really like a country. Because I've been to America once and I automatically wanted to say, I want to live it. You know, everybody wants the American dream, you know, this and this and that. But the reality is, every country has its good and bad things. You know, just gotta know where to go. So I'm gonna end this video. I gotta go to the toilet, man. Peace out.